Okay, so today I'll be teaching you guys how to get better at PvP. I wouldn't go as far as saying I'm one of the best players. To be honest, I don't even think I will rank on the top 1000, but I have been playing Blox for a very long time now, and I do PvP quite a bit off camera, and so I think I have pretty good knowledge about the game. So yeah, anyways, let's get into the video. Instead of making a long video like how I did last time, I'll just point out the key things that I believe you should do. And so my first point is your settings. I'm guessing a majority of people play Blox Fruits on a low-end computer, and so when you guys get into fighting, you may notice your screen freezing a lot or having bad FPS. And what you'll want to do is go to this little gear right here, click on it, and put on fast mode. Fast mode pretty much just reduces the quality of the game, so like these dots right here on the ground or like the grass, they'll all be flattened out and it will just be like a gray floor and a green floor. Like you won't see these textures. Also, you can adjust the graphics quality in your game to like however you like and whatever makes your game better, because the higher your graphics is, the more it'll stress out your GPU. Also, a very important thing is your camera sensitivity. I have mine on default, which is 1, but you can adjust it to your liking. If you are a very fast player, you can use this, or you can put it all the way down if you prefer it like this. But do know that it will use more wrist movement. Also, I'll recommend turning off shift lock, because I used to have shift locked on and I've paid for it, because there'll be times where you just be moving and your finger will accidentally click on your shift button, which will mess up your movement, and yeah, you can really get punished for it. If you are still not sure what settings you should use, feel free to pause the video and use my settings. Next is your build. I also won't be going into telling you what race you should use or what build you should use. I think you should use what you're comfortable with and what you are already using. Even if you have like a spammy build or a brain dead build, like it doesn't really matter, because there will be a time where you run into somebody who's just better than you and you'll just get completely destroyed. And I believe that even with a spammy build, there are still room for improvement. One thing that you do need to look out for though is if your build has synergy, which leads me to my next point, which is combos. If you don't have a solid combo, even with spam fruits, someone who's just better will always be able to escape it and turn the fight on you. You need to have something that can chain with each other. But with that said, make sure you don't always use the same combo. Try to have a build that has at least 3 different combos, because if you only use one combo, your enemies will soon know how to counter your moves and you will be punished for it. Next is aiming. I think aiming is a very important part of PvP and Blox Fruits. If you don't have aim, you won't be able to hit anything. To be honest, I myself have pretty bad aiming as well. But to get better at aiming, you could do one of 3 things. The first one is just go play other games that require you to aim really well. The second option is for you to train with NPCs. So you just dash around. Again, my aiming is really bad, but you just dash around and hit the NPCs with your M1s. The third option, which I think is the most effective, is trying to get a friend to play with you, preferably someone around your skill level, and both of you guys just train on aiming. You need to be unpredictable and have good prediction. What I mean by being unpredictable, you don't want to move in a straight line, because your enemies will of course know where you're going. What you want to do is just pretty much spam your ASWD keys and your dash and your jump, and move in like circles, make some like weird twitches. And to be completely honest, you don't have to know what you're doing with the movements, right? As long as you know the general direction that you are going in, and then like, let's say your enemy is this shit right here, right? You can just do this, and then just do something quick like that. And I think zooming out will be a little better for you, because if you are too close, it will kind of mess up your eyes. So now for prediction, I think this is a pretty hard thing to do, and it's something that you will have to improve on yourself by playing a lot. But just know how your enemy is moving and predict where they will be at. This is also something that I struggle with a lot. You'll see a lot of my videos when I PvP, I will just do something like that, and like a lot of the times I don't hit as well. Sometimes it's really simple, like when you have ice users, you will always know that like when they're coming a little closer to you and range of dashing, they will dash and use their V move on you. So like you could always bait that and just be like going up closer to them and baiting them, because they will always take that dash and stun you. Ice users, they just can't like bear that feeling. They just want to just dash in front of your face and stun you. So you could kind of bait that by going up near them and then just dash up. Same with Portal, like when they disappear into their X move, you can just wait for like a couple seconds and use your soul guitar or just dash away. And I showcased this in my video right here, so go ahead and check it out if you want to. Now this is probably the most important part of the whole entire video, which is ken tricking. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard the term ken trick. Ken tricking is pretty much just using your observation haki and the right time to escape a combo. I made an in-depth video on kentricking right here, so go watch it right after you finish this video. I go over what kentricking is and it showcase how to kentrick the most common and popular builds. But yeah, like my last point, kentricking is something that you will have to improve on yourself and something that you have to learn. Okay, so this next point is also the most important thing in getting good at PvPing, right next to kentricking, and that is self-improvement. So what do I mean by self-improvement? This is also a very hard thing for anybody to do, which is noticing your own mistakes. I can guarantee you almost every single fight that you've done or have been in, you've made at least 10 mistakes every fight. And again, this is something hard to realize because of course everybody has an ego. So then you may ask, how do I notice my own mistakes? One thing that I like to do a lot is rewatch your VODs. So every time you go bounty hunting or PvP, record your gameplay, and then after you're done, go back and watch them and look for the mistakes that you did. For example, what did I do to get myself in that situation where I ran into a stun? Or like, had I saved my X move, I could have killed him. I used it too early. I should have waited. Or like, oh, I held my Z move on my soul guitar. I could have used it and he would have gotten pushed, which would have prevented me from dying. You know, just little things like that. And even when you win, still look for mistakes in that win. For example, yeah, I won this fight, but I could have killed him 2 minutes earlier. Like, well, what did I do wrong that I could have killed him? And even your finishing move, right? Oh yeah, he got stunned here, I killed him. But what I did here, if he didn't make a mistake, he would have escaped the combo and turned the fight on me, or even had a chance to kill me. So pretty much outcomes of PvPing, whether who wins, of course if you are just better than the person, you will win, right? But most of the time, it's based on who made more mistakes. If your opponent made more mistakes than you, then of course you're gonna win. And if you made more mistakes than your opponent, then you will lose. Or if you want to, you can watch other YouTubers, other content creators. Like if you want to play like Hyper J or Ready Vex, you watch them and you just take in what they're doing. Well, what is he doing that I'm doing different, and apply that to your gameplay. Okay, and so for my final point of this video, I know I've said this for the last 2 points, but this one is actually the most important, which is being consistent. Just play the game. Just keep on playing the game. You'll lose a ton of fights and bounty, which will probably make you want to give up on the game. But if you just keep being consistent and just keep playing the game and never give up and just keep learning, you'll for sure get better. But also, with that said, try not to play too long, because for every warm-up, there's a burnout, which will result in you getting worse at the game. So you know, take breaks, like maybe play for 30 minutes, take a couple hour break, and come back later and play again. Because I'm sure you guys have experienced this before, where you play a game and you warm up. After the warm-up, you start getting really good, and after a while, you just start getting worse and worse, and you start losing more games. That is because you've played the game for too long, and you've just burnt out yourself. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the guide. I hope this video helped you out. Let me know in the comments if you prefer a visual guide where I actually go into fighting people and PvPing and teaching you guys at the same time. And maybe I'll just do it. Hit the like and subscribe button. We are so close to hitting 1.5k. My goal is to hit 2,000 subscribers before my birthday, which is in August. So yes, if you would, please help me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.